Hello and welcome back to Mark's House and Garden UK. This video is going to be all about olive trees. I'm going to cover a lot of ground: olive tree care, olive tree pruning, olive tree maintenance, olive tree rescue. I'm going to give you a list of items which you might want in your toolkit if you're going to look after your olive trees. And we're going to talk about olive trees, whether they are planted in the ground or in pots. Now, have a look at my olive trees. Incidentally, it is the hottest day of the year. It's June in the UK, so I've waited till the afternoon before I start filming this video. The sun has gone over and I'm now stood in the shade. Okay, right. These olive trees in this border are all planted in the ground. I've had these for nearly 15 years, but the first 8 to 10 years of the life of these trees, they were in pots. You can look after olive trees perfectly adequately if they're in pots, but they will do a lot better in the ground. Now, I have 4 in this border. I will walk backwards. That one, a third one, and the 4th one way back here. You may notice that this one is considerably smaller than these 2. There is a reason for that, and I will share that with you in this video. I'm also going to prune these olive trees at the end of this video because it's time for them to be tidied up. But in doing that, I will be talking about olive tree pruning because there are 2 different approaches. One, if you want shape, which is what I want, and the other is if you want fruit. I'm going to show you some extreme olive tree pruning because I have a little olive down here, which I rescued from a friend. And I pruned it right back to nothing. Absolutely no leaves whatsoever. And look at that, after only a few months. I'll tell you how I did that. And there was a video on my channel. Now, pruning is affected by whether you want fruit or shape, because the blossom, which produces a fruit, grows on last year's growth. And if you prune it all off, you won't have any blossom. But happily, in these bushes, I have quite a lot of blossom on last year's branches, so we'll be able to show you that in the course of this video. Now, I have 9 olive trees in my garden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've even put a little one in my little gravel border down here, which you can see to my right, and over here on my left I have some very mature specimens. There are 3 of them. I've had them for nearly 3 years. They've gone through 2 winters in my garden. I actually bought these from Costco. Yes, they had big olive trees in Costco and they were great value, so I bought 3. And again, as with many things in my garden, I'm always doing little experiments. The 3rd one down here, I pruned hard back and I've left these other 2 to grow, so I can show you the effects of hard pruning a mature olive as well as hard pruning a little baby one. Right, let's talk about olive tree care. Now, I do not profess to being an olive tree expert, but I have been caring for my olive trees for 15 years and I'm getting great results. And I think you can boil it all down to 2 or 3, possibly 4 key reasons why my olive trees are doing incredibly well, and I will share those reasons with you in this video. Right, let's start talking about olive tree care. When you are looking after any plant, I think one of the basic principles is to try and emulate the conditions it enjoys in its native habitat. And where do olive trees come from and what do they enjoy? Well, they come from very hot places. You will see them in South Africa, you will see them in Spain, you'll see them in Greece. They don't really grow natively in the UK, but as you can see here, they can grow perfectly happy in this country. What are the conditions like in South Africa, in Greece, in Spain, in those places where they really do enjoy? Well, they are very hot, they have very long summers, and they have very long days, and they have lots of sunshine. But they also have very gritty, rocky, parched, very well drained soils. Olive trees are great survivors. Olive trees are known to have survived for thousands of years. There are still living examples of olive trees which are thousands of years old. They are nature's survivors and they can adapt to really harsh conditions. But, and there is a big but, and I think it's the reason why they're not native in the UK. They really don't like wet conditions. Now they will survive for thousands of years and they will get their roots down into the soil deep, possibly even reaching aquifers, but they don't want those roots to be sat in wet conditions. So drainage is key. Now where I live in Cheshire, if you dig more than 1 foot to 18 inches, we have pure sand, and sand is renowned for being very well drained. Hence mine are doing really well because it never stays wet here. Now I also live in a place which is incredibly windy, and we have a prevailing wind which comes through, and it comes through all winter, and it's not surprising that sometimes the olives in my garden lose their leaves in the winter, but they will come back, and all I know I need to do is to prune them because pruning stimulates growth. Okay, so there are two of the factors really already. They don't like wet and they don't like wind, and that informs the reason why the third one along is stunted. Let me tell you more. All 4 of these olives in this border, 1, 2, 3, 4, are exactly the same age. They were bought in the same place and they've really fundamentally had the same life. But these 2 at this end, until last year, were exposed to the wind. I've only just put this fence in. So these 2 here were exposed to a prevailing wind that was coming through here. And these 2 here were in the lee of the cottage, so they were protected from the harsh winter winds. They were not exposed to the wind. So at the start of last year, nearly 18 months ago, these 2 lost all their leaves, and I cut them right back and I built this fence. And that is why they are now coming back really healthily, really strongly, and I would venture that in probably another 12 months, those 2 will have recovered sufficiently and will be the same as these 2. Now, they have all got their roots in the ground, and that is a big benefit, because if you put your olive in a pot is a limited resource. So what do you need to do if your olive is in a pot? Well, happily, we have a real life living example here of a small olive plant which is in a pot. Now, let me tell you briefly the story behind this olive plant. I bought this olive plant from Aldi for £2.50. They were throwing it away. They let me have it for £2.50. It had no leaves on it. I went through an olive tree rescue process. Now, that process I have tried 10 times. And it always worked for me. And I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I will give you an overview. But if you want to watch the rescue process, I will link to an olive tree rescue video or 2 in the description box below this video. And as I've already said, it only ever works for me. The olive tree came back and it flourished. And then I gave it to a friend as a housewarming present, Charles. He's probably watching this. He didn't look after it. He didn't do what was necessary, what you need to do for an olive which is in a pot. And once again, it went into almost dying off mode. So I retrieved it and I've rescued it again. Let me briefly tell you what I did. I think I've already mentioned the problem. A pot is a limited resource. It's only got so much goodness in that soil before the plant runs out. Right, Charlie hadn't watered it and he hadn't fed it, and so it nearly died. I brought it back. I took it out of its pot. It's gone back into the same pot. I removed a lot of the soil and I put it back into fresh compost. Now the compost was a mix of compost and grit, 2/3 compost, 1/3 grit. The grit is for the drainage. Now I think terracotta for olives because they're breathable, but lots of people forget that plant roots need oxygen just as much as they need water. So a terracotta pot. In the bottom of the pot, crocks over the hole. They stop the hole from getting blocked up, and therefore they allow drainage. So terracotta, crocks, compost with a 1/3 grit mixed into it. Remove some of the roots. Damaging the roots will stimulate root growth. Put it in there. Now, the other thing, and this is key, it's in a pot. So I added some slow release to the compost, and I added some Epsom salts. Epsom salts is great for foliage, and they will help that to survive for a couple of years. The important thing to remember is because it's in a pot, it will dry out quicker, so it does need more water. So I always leave a couple of inches at the top here so that I can flood it. I let it almost dry out and then I flood it. How do you know when it's almost dry? Well, you get your fingers in about 2 inches below the surface, and if it's dry there, it's time to flood it. This could do with a good flooding actually. Another thing is, it can stay in this pot for 2 or 3 years, but periodically you need to top dress it with some food. So there we go, that's a real kind of potted summary of how I rescued olives and how I rescued this olive. And look at the effect it's already having just a couple of months, probably 3 months after I rescued it. You can see clearly lots of lovely fresh growth. Now this little branch here, that was one I left one leaf on. The rest of it is fresh and new growth from this season and this season alone. Now you might notice, as I do, that it's still looking a little bit bare on this side. Are these branches dead? Well, there is a way I can find out, and that is by rubbing my thumbnail. And I've rubbed my thumbnail on that branch there and it's still green. These branches are not dead. They will eventually get leaves on them. It's probably because this bit had the light on it, and if I rotate it now, this bit will start to grow. And indeed, if I look here on this little branch here, there is a little green shoot of a leaf coming through. I will be showing you a close-up as I'm speaking. Similarly, in here there is growth, and there is growth. So this will recover and will bush out. But that is by following that process, and you can watch the video. I will link to the video in the description box below this one. So I feel as if we've gone all around the houses, but we're almost back to where we started, and I'm going to start pruning this olive. But before I prune that one, I want to show you one of the mature older ones that I pruned hard back to the trunk, and you can see how strongly it's grown back. I also want to show you that olives do grow from old wood. They have little nodules under the hard bark, which if stimulated will grow back. I'll show you that now. The winter before last, this olive, one of my 3 mature olive trees, lost all its leaves. And I have no doubt that it's because of that prevailing wind that comes in. And it just decided to shed its leaves. But it wasn't dead. I decided to prune this one of my 3, right down to the crown. And you can see it's rewarded me with lots of fresh growth. But the other point is, olives do grow back from old wood. And here on the trunk you can see some examples. Now I will just pull them off because I don't really want them there. But olives are incredibly resilient. Don't be too precious if you want to give them a really hard prune. Just go for it and they will reward you. They're survivors. Okay, let's go and prune my lollipops. YouTube is a funny old world. Would you believe that the other day I got rebuked for calling these lollipops? Apparently standards is the correct term of phrase. Anyway, they're my trees, and if I want to call them lollipops, I will do. Right, before I go ahead and prune these, which I will probably do in fast forward with some music, I want to show you some blossom, and this will illustrate the point that blossom, which produces the fruit, is produced on last year's growth. Okay, why is that important? If you want fruit, you can't prune all your branches off. So with the big ones, the mature ones, you could do it in a 3-year cycle. You could prune down 1/3 of your branches every year, which would leave 2/3 of them to produce blossom and then therefore fruit. Now the chances are in the UK, it would be a hard job to get mature fruit. We don't really have the long enough summers, hot enough days, long enough days, but you could try it by all means, and I know some people have been successful. When it is fruiting and the fruits are growing, it needs a bit of extra water so that the fruits can plump up. That's just a little bit on fruiting. Now I don't want fruit on these, I'm not bothered at all. I want these for the shape. These are my lollipops. So I'm going to bring them back under control. Before I do that, have a look at this blossom. Well, let's start off out here on a bit of a wider shot. Okay, the other thing about fruiting is you would prune it into the open goblet shape so that the light can get in. Now, this is all fresh growth. Can you see? And there is no blossom. But if I just delve a little bit into the bush, you can see there some blossom. Now, I'm lucky really because it's almost got no light, and blossom normally appears where there is light, so there must have been some light. Okay, and similarly around the back here, can you see underneath here? Some blossom. I'm going to leave some blossom on these just in case. We'll see what happens, you never know. If it comes to fruit or if it develops into fruit, I will tell you all about it. Right, there's some more, look, can you see? But again, no blossom on this year's growth. Right. Now, because I have somewhat gone all the way around the houses in this video on olive tree care, I will put an organised summary in the description box below so that you can peruse it at your leisure. Now, I may have already mentioned this, but just to reiterate, all the things in that toolkit, including this but very lightweight set of hedge trimmers, are available from my Amazon shop. And again, I will put links below. I do get paid a small commission on everything you buy through my links, and I really appreciate your support. It all goes back into my YouTube channel, enables me to create content. Right, a fast forward segment now of me pruning these olives, and you will see all the way through with some music.